We want to continue to build our relationship with Ringy and utilizing your guys' platform because we love what you guys are doing and how adaptive you guys are.
Got it. Thanks for having me. I'm glad I came in when you were discussing final expense leads or Medicare leads as well. So that's actually something I'll talk about today in the software where how you could cross promote your current leads. And then there's certain filters you could do with certain leads where if a person is turning 65 or if they are already sold as a final expense lead, how you could do a follow-up to convert them to Medicare as well if needed. Because the good thing about sales is that once they bought one product from you, they know you, they like you, and they trust you, right? So I'll focus on the basics today. I guess today the main question is uh, anyone that's not using Ringy, can you go ahead and put a 1 in the chat so I can see um, who I'm working with? Okay.
Hey, just so you guys know, I want to just give this disclaimer. I wasn't using it and I just bought my account and he's actually going to use my account to show how to set it up. So, what better way to buy your account and get it set up by the man himself?
Got it. All right. So what I'll do, all right, so there's a good amount here. And then I guess those who are using Ringy, go ahead and put a 2 in the chat. Let me see and get a good idea of that. Okay. Perfect. Awesome. So there's some things. So what I'll do is it's gonna be more like a meat and potatoes, like the most important things that you guys will be doing in Ringy, and then you'll actually see us the setup that I do for Bill here today, and then I'll also open the floor up for Q&A for any questions you guys may have, so that way I can make your account a lot more efficient than what it is now, and definitely show you the opportunity of the cross promotion and some tips and tricks that I use personally. I've been using the software for about 4.5 years, but I use a bunch of different CRMs. So I pretty much know virtual very well. So I can kind of answer some questions for you guys on that today. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And I'm going to start with, let me see here, Bill's account. Give me 1 second. I'm wondering, so should I start with your account because it's a blank account, or should I just do like at least a brief overview of the Ringy account? What do you think?
That's on you. Whatever you think is going to be more effective for,
I personally think working on Billy's would be good because the people who are using it are firing away and using it pretty well
Okay.
versus all the newbies in here that aren't. So then they know how to get it set up and can purchase it and everything.
Got it. Okay, no worries. So let me go ahead and do Google Chrome again. All right. Can you guys see my screen okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So let me. All right, you guys see my Ringy account?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So here's what I'm going to do. So there's a couple of things. So first things first, when you are registered with your account, you want to put your account company name in here, the company that you represent. So that's the first thing I'm going to do here. Now, I know I'm going to put this safe haven for you, right, Bill? Or that's what I'm putting in for you as far as the company representing?
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to do safe haven. And once you put in the company name, you'll go ahead and hit update. And what this does, our support team, and you click verify, our support team is going to make sure that this is a legitimate company, because there's some companies who represent a company that they're actually not proud of. So they just put probably some acronyms or something that doesn't exist. So we verify and make sure that this is a legitimate company. And also to keep your account compliant. Okay. And then what I'm going to also do, the first things first, is the A2P business profile. All right. Now there's a difference between this one. So you have a starter profile where if you have 5 phone numbers or less, this is absolutely free. So you do business in 5 different states, or if you want to get 5 numbers in a local state, or if you have more than 5 phone numbers, then you'll do the starter account. But you do need an EIN number to register for this. Now, Bill, how many states are you doing business in?
I've got like 29.
29. All right. So this makes a big difference here. Are you
I have
going
an
to,
LLC with the EIN.
okay. All right. So I'm going to do this setup for you here. This one is a little bit more complicated, but for those who have more than 5 numbers, if you have an EIN, this is the steps that you will take with this. Has this business been?
If you want, just for training purposes, just do this, the free one, and I'll go and fix that.
And this one we could delete right after and bring in this one later on, you and I.
Okay.
Right? So the free one is very easy to do. All you simply do is create starter profile. And then right here, go ahead and put in your basic information here, Bill. Actually,
I'll just read it to you.
All right, go
132
okay,
30
okay.
Dominion Drive,
Spell that for me.
DOMION Drive,
DOMIONON.
no, just autocorrect. And there you go. Drive,
Okay.
and that's Fairhope, Alabama.
For hope.
It's one
Okay.
word, but that's okay.
All right.
And then 36532.
36532. Okay. And then you'll hit next. And then I'll put William. So last name again.
Tompkins, TOMPKINS.
All right. And the best email address.
To go with for now, Billy34@gmail.com. Only because I don't know if it'll take .agencies. Do you know?
It should. I don't think it'll be a problem.
Try. Then put Billy at safehaven.agency and see if it takes it.
Billy at safehaven.agency.
Uh-huh.
Okay, perfect.
Some
Michelle,
places 281
Yeah.
928
Mhm.
1133.
All right. 281-928. So everything here looks okay.
Yep.
All right. So we'll hit next and let me know when to submit this.
Okay, go ahead and submit it.
All right. So now this is submitted. It usually used to take about 2 to 3 business days, but this will get approved here in a few minutes. And the reason you're doing this, back in the day, we could send out text messages, no problem. But what happened is the carriers start to give carrier violations. They start to block people as robocallers, and it was very hard to even get links to go through. But what they're doing now is they're allowing folks to register your account. Once you register your account, they recognize who you are. Then you have a much, much better experience with the software. With your text messages go through, your links go through. Also, when you're calling people, the chances of you showing up as spam risk or spam likely is reduced. So you rarely ever show up as spam risk or spam likely. Okay, so this is the first step you want to do. So once this gets approved, I'll go to the second step, which is the A2P campaign. Okay, now so that's set up there. Now the next thing I'm going to do here is get a phone number for you. So let's just get one phone number for now. And we provide you 3 phone numbers with the free trial, but I like to choose it by area code. What's the area code you want to start with?
251.
251. Okay. So we'll do 251. All right. So we purchased that number. Now, what I'm going to do here, now, in this case, you guys are life insurance, right?
Yeah.
All right. And I know there's folks who will be doing now with the folks that are doing Medicare. Are they all Medicare, or they're going to be doing a combination of Medicare?
Combination.
Combination. Okay. So for now, I'm going to set up your account with the life insurance account, and it's still the same setup as you guys are doing, like you used to do with FFL.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. So we have the same setup here. So what I'll do is put in FFL demo account at gmail.com. It's still the same life insurance, but we just have a lot of the setups in there. And I'm going to show you what it looks like here. But this is the sync request. This will give you all the text messages, the emails, and the settings that we have. Okay. Let me see. Oh, never mind. It's not Ringy. It's Ringy. Sorry. FFL demo account at ringy.com. All right. So now that's set up. It's instantly approved. So I go to the inbox here. These are your initial text messages. Now, these initial text messages go out to a lead as soon as they hit our system. So whether if you're creating it manually one at a time, if you're uploading a spreadsheet, or if it's coming directly from a lead vendor, one of these text messages are going to go through. And the reason why I have 4 here is because the system is going to round robin the messages. You don't want all your leads to get one message over and over and over. T-Mobile, Verizon, the carriers, they start to recognize that, then you start getting blocked as a robocaller. Okay. Now, Gage, so in your guys' case, you guys still doing a lot of spreadsheets, or are you still getting leads from like lead vendors?
Yeah, I mean, both essentially.
Okay, got it. So if you're uploading a spreadsheet, you can choose if you want these to go out or not. But when it comes directly from a lead vendor, this is very powerful. People, I have to stress this to folks. It's good to get a good variety. It's good to try different type of leads. Some people, the majority of people start with the spreadsheets, but if you do get to the point where you are purchasing leads from a lead vendor, here's the power of that. First off, a lot of lead vendors sync with us, right? Soon as that person goes online and they fill out a form, what they're looking for is a quote right then and there online. But what typically happens is, soon as they hit submit, the response states that an agent is going to call them. Now, what happens is they'll sit there and wait for an agent to call them. So any lead that comes to you, any lead past 5 minutes, believe it or not, dramatically drops your chance of closing if you go past 5 minutes. That's why it's very, very important to have some type of contact, whether it's an email, a text message, or a phone call. Okay, so when a lead comes in our system, if a person goes online, let's say you use a Smart Financial, a Nectar, or EverQuote, whatever lead vendor you decided to use, as soon as they pass it on to our system, they're going to receive one of these text messages and one of these emails. And then you'll get an alert letting you know that a lead has come into the system. If you're busy on another call, or if you're out and about and you're not in front of your computer, you have that power of speed to lead because this text message has gone out to them. Now, a lot of the times they may respond to you before you make that call. But let's say if you don't, let's say if your text message goes out, email goes out, and then you call the lead and nothing happens, this is where the software would take over now with your drip marketing, okay? And the drip marketing is going to be powerful because it's basically like you hiring a virtual assistant to continue reaching out to the leads for you while you're making phone calls or as they get aged. So what this does for you, it gives you the power to leverage more leads, gives you the opportunity to focus really strong on the fresh leads. And as the leads are getting aged, this software is going to pick up. No lead is left behind. So that's the power of this here. Now, what I want to show you guys is going to be a little different in your business here. If you look in disposition, this area right here is blank. All right. What this means is that this is the default message that goes to all the leads that comes in our system. So this is for basic life insurance. So the message that this is going to go out to here is leads that come in for life insurance. But if I scroll down a little bit, let's say if you're uploading a spreadsheet and this is a spreadsheet specifically for final expense, when you tag those leads as final expense, now they're going to receive the language for final expense coverage. Okay. Same thing for mortgage protection. Or if you are doing Medicare, you can bring in those leads. The Medicare leads will be tagged as Medicare, and they're going to receive the language from Medicare coverage. Okay. So that's where you're able to work different verticals in this software. And this is where you can cross promote your products as well. But for right now, most of you guys can just stick with this part here and you'll be okay. All right. Now, so that's the text message. Now with email, your email, instead of going out for 120 days, your emails actually go year round. So here's an initial email that goes out, and then you have the drip marketing where the email can go out 365 years. I mean, 365 days. Okay. So this is the marketing section. This is where you'll leverage a lot of the automation where your leads won't fall through the cracks. You'll pick up a lot of leads. I used to drive to work an hour and a half each way. And sometimes while I'm on the road, this specific text message right here, are you still interested in learning more? Should I close out your file? I will get people to respond to me and say, hey, Robbins, thank you for being so consistent. Sorry, I've been busy. Can we do it now? Right? Or they may say, you know what, I'm not interested. But I used to get very high response rates on this. So what will happen is on my way home, I would park on the side of the road to close the deals. And I've done this dozens of times when I used to go back and forth to work. So that's the power of using a software like this, because whether you're logged in or not, your business never stops 7 days a week. Okay. So that's the market. I kind of wanted to go over that with you guys. So that's set up there. That's automatic in here. And then what we also have in here as well are the tags. Let me go over this really quick. And then the tags, these are tags that set up. So as you work your leads, if you set an appointment, notice on the left side, you have a disposition name. And on the right side, you have the automated action name. So what we typically do for you, we keep the names the same. So if you tag someone as, let's say, can't afford, that's the disposition name. But the automated action name is can't afford as well. So to see what happens with the automation, you go to the right side, look for the same name and can't afford. So if I click on this eyeball, it's telling me that if I use that tag, it's going to skip future follow-up drips and it's going to send this text message. If your financial situation changes in the future, please keep my information handy and reach out so I can assist you and have a great day, right? Or let's say if you set an appointment with someone and then the appointment time came and they missed the appointment. If you tag them as missed appointment, let's see what happens there. It'll remove the previous appointment set tag, and then it'll also send out this text message, giving them the opportunity to reschedule with you again, okay? So there's a lot that happens with this. I usually tell people, if you're working the software for the first time, have manage account open on one tab and then open up another ringy tag so you can get familiar with these tags. Because if you were to do this from scratch, this could probably take you about 2 months to set all of this up. So that's the first thing we give you when you set up your account. You have access to the text messages, the email, and all of these tags as well, okay? Now let's go back to the business profile. Let's see, that should be approved by now, right? So the business profile has been approved. So that's for the starter profile. Now all we're gonna do here is set up the A2P campaign, and this will give us our final approval. So all I simply do is go in here, hit next, and it's gonna ask me the use case. Use case we always typically use is this third one here, where it says, as a licensed agent, I use SMS communication with my subscribers who have requested information regarding the service I provide, okay? So what we'll do here, we're gonna send 2 text message examples to the carrier so they can see how we usually reach out to our leads. So if we have a cheat sheet here, all you simply do is just copy 1 and 2. I'm gonna copy this one here and paste. And what I'll typically do is that instead of saying it's Fred, I'll just go ahead and put in my name. So here I'll put William, and then you copy the second one. This is the easiest and the fastest way to get approved. And this is just an example so they can see what the way you're reaching out to clients, if it's compliant or not, okay? And then I'll click on this first one because we do send out links from time to time. And then once I hit next, these are the example text messages that's going out to the carrier. We hit submit. And then we'll just wait for this to be clickable, which should be clickable in a few minutes, okay? Now, so that's the business profile. Now what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna turn on master switch, because what this does, if you turn the master switch off, it completely pauses all automation. You can still make phone calls, but no automated text message will go through, and no leads will come in the system as well if you're working with like a lead provider. So most people typically only turn that off if maybe they're on vacation or so. All right. Now, so we got a phone number. We're waiting for this final approval on business profile. And then on compliance, I don't know if most of you guys, if you're using this now, on compliance, we have the opt-out verbiage that you can change. Now, the opt-out verbiage right here, we have reply quit to stop. This is required to go out on the first text message that go out to people. I personally don't like this one because it only has one negative option. So what I typically use, and you can change it as well, you could use reply 1 for quote or N to opt out, or depending on your initial messages, you could use this one, reply family, individual, or reply N if you're covered, okay? So this one I'll go with for now, but if you guys ever want to switch it out, you can. And if you have one that's unique to you, you could contact support and they'll go ahead and put it in your account. So we'll go with that one for now. All right. Now, let's see what else is here. So this drop down, I'm pretty sure most of you guys are familiar with this. So this is how you receive your inbound calls. So if you have accept calls and ringing, it means you're receiving your calls while you're logged in online. So any time someone calls you, it'll pop up on your screen here. But if you forward the call to the mobile app, which most people do, that call is going to go to your mobile app. You can download the Ringy CRM mobile app from the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. And when that calls come to you, you'll be able to tell the difference between a personal call and a call that's coming in from Ringy. Okay. And the great thing about this, once again, the software works for you 7 days a week. You won't miss a call, and this gives you the opportunity to respond to leads. All right. Another section here. This is your phone system. All right. And in the call recording, this is where you can record your calls. Now, it gives you the option to turn it on or off in the middle of the day or the beginning of the day or in the middle of a call. I like to keep this on permanently because sometimes you might have a call that you forgot to turn this on. So this will keep all of your recordings. Now, the recordings are set to save for 90 days, but there's a way that if it's a call that's a very important call or a sale that you've made, there's a way you could save it in the documents inside of the lead, and that's going to be in there permanently. Okay. And I'll show you guys what that looks like when I put a dummy lead in here. And then you have agent coaching. Once again, if your upline is using this software as well, and you're attached to their account as one of the team members, if you turn this on, the upline can join the call to assist you with the sale. So you will be able to hear your upline, not the client. Okay, so that's a powerful feature with the agent coaching. And then most importantly, smart local ID. Right now, we only have one number for Bill, but if you wanted to add other numbers, if you're doing business in other states, you could purchase a number for each state you do business in. So what the software does, it automatically assigns a local number to the lead you're calling. So that way it helps you with your pickup rate. And most importantly, carriers don't like to see when you're calling from an out-of-state number. So it'll lower your chance of showing up as spam risk as well. So you'll call from a local number, which will help you with the carriers and also helps you with your pickup rate as well. Okay. Now let's see, what else am I missing here? And then I'll open it up for questions and kind of really dig deep into the software. Let me see. So we did phone setup, business profile. Now this is ready to go. All I simply do here is hit join. This exclamation point will go away now. Now his account is fully compliant and ready to go. Now I can rock and roll, bring in leads, upload a spreadsheet. He won't have to worry about the text messages being blocked, phone numbers showing up as spam risk. So this account is pretty much ready to go. But what I'll do for now is, let me go ahead and hit next here. Give me a second. Create a fake lead in here for now. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. Give me a second. If you guys want to go ahead and jot this, I'm gonna put my name in here. So this will be my lead in here. So I'll create myself as a lead. Now this is where so I'm in the software as a lead now. So there's a couple of things, but I would have to go into a full demo with you guys, but I'll just stick with the basics. So let's go inside of a lead profile. So you see my basic information here. And then this drop down here is where you can block a lead, mark it as sold. You can skip future follow-up drips. You can schedule a follow-up. So if I schedule a follow-up here, it'll show up as a task on the dashboard when I'm coming in for that particular day. Here's where you can enroll a lead in a birthday text. So if you put a birthday in here, if you guys want to send me a birthday gift, this is my birthday, Aries, by the way. And also, this is where you could find more phone numbers. So what if I click find more phone numbers, what it'll do, it'll automatically put the information in and send me straight to Fast People Search. And depending on how unique the name is, that's definitely not me, that's my son. So it looks like he's taking over my name. But yeah, so to put the information in, and then it'll take you directly to Fast People Search. And then you can also do a quick Google search, and it'll take you to that person's name as well, okay? Now, what's important here is here's where you could jot down your notes, right? You can jot down your notes in here. You can see it in scroll view, right? Or if you want to expand it out, you can see it this way as well. Now, once you update your notes, and I'll just update it a few times. Once you update your notes, you can also see your notes in this section on activity log, and then see it in this section as well. Okay. Now, to click the call to lead is very simple. Click the call. The recording is turned on. I'm going to hang it. Okay. Now, the great thing about this, it shows that I was called once. So each time you call the lead, the software keeps track of that. Now, before Bill was registered, I wouldn't have been surprised if it had showed up as spam risk on my caller ID. But in this case, I saw his 251 number. So since I'm a lead in here, I'm going to call that number back so you can see what it looks like. Let me show you really quick. And Bill, did you have a chance to download the Ringy CRM app?
I didn't. I'll do it right now.
All right, no worries. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call the number back. And you'll see, even if you're on a call here, it'll show up. Send the voicemail. Back. All right, let's try it again. 351. Oh, you know what? Let me see something. Yeah, 251 325 6513. All right, so let's go to dashboard. We call it again. That's weird. Normally it would show my information here. Oh, I know what's happening. It's because I'm calling from another Ringy number, so it's not showing that. But if I was calling from my personal number, it would show my information. So that number you see in there is my Ringy number. So if you guys ever need to contact me directly, this is the best number to reach me. Okay. Now another thing in here, while we're in here, this is the call history. So it shows the 2 calls that were made to me, and these are the recordings. The recording is turned on. Okay. And now this is saved here for 90 days. But if I had a recording that I wanted to save permanently, I simply right click, save audio, and I'll just give it a name, demo. Now I save the audio. I can go to the documents and upload it from my computer. Let me see if I can find it. And it's now here permanently if I ever need it for future purposes. Because I think for Medicare, you guys will need that for about 7 to 10 years, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's going to be here, and there's no storage limits. You can have as many of these as you'd like, right? So typically you would save the ones that are important to you, especially for the sale. Okay. Calendar events. This is where if you have any upcoming calendars, appointments, you'll see it there. And in the video meetings, very, very important as well. I'm not sure if most of you guys are virtual or not, but I know when you're dealing with the older demographics, when it comes to Zoom, they have a hard time downloading Zoom. So with our video meetings feature, which is this one here, you can go up to 3 hours. You don't have to worry about paying for a fee, actually in this case, 2 hours, right? And it's unlimited, it's free for you, and it's all web-based. So if I create a meeting right now, all I do here is just copy that link, and I can send it to the client via text or email. So in this case, I'll send it to myself via text. And then once I hit join call and the client clicks on that link, we can do a video share right then and there. Okay, so it's that simple, as that's easy. That's a feature that's available to you. All right. Now communication here is the SMS history. So this is where you would communicate with the client. And this is the, so for example, I got the message here. Let me see if I can respond. Let's see. Thank you. So that's communication here. So if you see here, that's the text message that came through, which is with me. And then so what I'll do is, let me see. Never mind, it's a ringy to ringy. That's why it's a little hard to see it. But anyways, this is where you'll see the communication between you and your client. And another thing we set up for you guys is these right here, the preset text message. So once again, some of you are new to text messages. Some of you may need an idea of what to respond to. Or if you respond something on a regular basis to a lead, you can save your preset text messages. Okay, so for example, somebody responded, yes, I would like a quote. Then you can simply do free to discuss options, right? Great. When are you available to discuss your options? Or a lot of folks like to use this one if you're using mortgage protection or the final expense lead forms. You can upload an image. Some people upload an image of the form with the person's handwriting, and they may use a template like that, right? So we'll have these templates in here for you as well. So that way, if you guys want to utilize that for shortcut purposes, you can. You can also send an email from scratch, and this is where you can send an email. And if you have an email address of a lead, you can use the templates there as well. And then once again, here are your documents, okay? Those are just the meat and potatoes. If you're calling your leads from here, you'll just manually click them one at a time. But if you want to triple dial your leads, this is where you will triple dial in the sales pipeline. But I kind of did this a little out of order because this is more of a setup for you guys. But we do have frequent asked questions and training videos down here. So every feature that's in this software, we have the training videos that you could watch. And the main ones I recommend for you guys is the upload CSV, especially the ones that are uploading leads. Also, your booking page. You definitely want to take advantage of that. A lot of people are having really good success with this. And if you plan to do any triple dialing or progressive dialing, you want to watch the sales pipeline as well. Okay. I don't know if you have that video that I did, Gage, with the team. If you want to have your guys look at that to kind of see like a full step-by-step demo of this, but this is just more of a setup and a Q&A session. So I can open up the floor here for your questions. I think I got some that came in. Let me take a look.
Yes, sir. I'll need to go dig through my email, but I believe I do have that recording.
I can send it to you again. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah,
That recording, it breaks everything down step by step, how to use the software, some tips and tricks. But today I just kind of want to make sure I set up Bill's account. So to just recap on everything, all you're simply doing is getting one phone number. You register your business profile. Most people register with the starter profile that I just did there. And I walked you through the steps of how to do it. It's very easy to get approved. And then you'll do the sync requests where you put in the email address, which is the FFL demo account at ringy.com. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and want to put it in the chat or open up the floor.
Yeah, I got a quick question for you, Robin. So how do you say can you explain how to saving the video recording one more time?
Okay. So
the audio recording?
Audio. So what I will do is I will go to call history. And
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. You just right click. You just right click and then save audio. You'll give it a name, and then all you simply do is just upload it from here if you want to have
okay.
Here.
And then
I got one more question for you.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So like say we obviously have different lead vendors, or say we want to call in different time zones, right?
Yep.
So you can go to leads.
Yeah, you can do it in leads and the sales pipeline.
So now, is there any way that, say we do it by leads or we do it by time zone? Because I don't think we can do it right where we can start triple dialing it like that.
Yeah, you can. So let's say if I go into sales pipeline and let's say these are leads that's never been called. Notice here it says filter time zone. So you could choose a time zone here and it'll automatically actually let me go on my account moving forward here so you can kind of see an account with more leads so you guys can see what that looks like. Second. That's weird. A second. I'm gonna go into incognito. All right. Share. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to go into the incognito window. All right, there we go. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. So on the sales pipeline, so these are leads, it's never been called, but let me just go into a bigger list. Let's say this list here. All I simply do is filter time zones. If I only want to call folks that are Eastern, I'll put Eastern first. Now in this particular list, only the Eastern folks are showing up. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question?
But say that like I want to dial through a certain batch of leads
Mhm.
and then triple dial it.
This is where your triple dial. So your triple dial will be in here. So if okay, I'll do it. So I'll go here.
Yeah, okay. I understand that. But those all have to be in the sales pipeline, right?
The sales pipeline is the only place you can triple dial because it gives you the option to do.
Got you. Okay. So what I was thinking of in the sense of like I could go to
Like the leads page.
leads where it says leads and then just go time zone.
Yeah, I mean, you could triple dial to just be, you would do it manually.
You do it manually, right?
Yeah, you'll just call it 3 times manually.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, and then I was like thinking more of the sense like also in the leads, you can click on lead vendors and then say you just want to run through a certain lead vendor that you're putting in there and then
Yeah.
triple dial that like that. Is there
Yeah, so what I tell people, so what the sales pipeline is, it's really this page, but it has your filters saved. So if I have a particular lead vendor I want to call through, so in this case, I can create 3 different sales pipeline from those filters. So this is how you create a filter. I'll say I'll create a new stage and I want to call leads. Let me see, I don't think we can do it by lead vendor here. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, by lead vendor. So if I want to create by lead vendor, I only want to see say smart financial leads. Okay. And once I save that, give it a name, smart financial lead.
okay.
That's stage 17, but in this case, I'll bring it up to 1 so I can see it up top. And now here we go. That's the stage there. So now I created that stage and now I can filter.
Oh, that's okay. Got it. Yep.
So that's what it
That's
is. So
dope,
instead of
man.
doing it over and over and over in the leads page, you create whatever filter you would normally pull here. You'll just create that filter here and it's just give it a stage. So that way now you just simply come in and it'll automatically organize the leads based off of how you would normally do your filters. Okay. Because that's what we used to have before. It was just the main leads page. This is where most people used to call from. And when you filter, the problem is you couldn't save the filters. Well, the sales pipeline is basically your saved filters, but you have the extra feature to triple dial, and not only triple dial, but also, let me just do this really fast. Hold on, let's see. Let me call, I'm trying to see something here. Hold on. I'm just gonna do this really fast. I'm gonna do one at a time, back to back.